Okay. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the KNTV show. This is a platform where we share true life experiences of individuals just like you and I. So sit back, relax, and I just want you to enjoy this show. I am going to be your host for today, and my name is Isa Amamata, and I have two beautiful co-hosts with me today. Introduce yourself, and then Miss Precious can go ahead as well.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning. You can hear me, right?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. So my name is Miss Anita Michael, and I'm going to be the co-host for today's live show. I hope you enjoyed the show. Stay with us and let's make it fun.
All right, Mrs. Precious, you can go ahead.
Hello, beautiful people. Good morning. So, I'll be one of the hosts for today, and I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
So wonderful having you guys here today. So thank you for joining us once again. You were here last week, and I'm pretty sure that we all enjoyed ourselves.
Definitely.
Anyways, without wasting a lot of time, um, I think we're just basically going to jump into the first story that we have for today. So, um, the caption of the story is I was homeless in Lagos for 6 months and no one knew. Now, this is a woman that is sharing this story. All right, the story goes I never imagined that one day I'd be living in the same city I once called my dream, but with no roof over my head. I came to Lagos with hope. I had just gotten a job offer, and although the salary wasn't much, I believed that I would manage. Like many people, I thought Lagos would open doors for me. Instead, it nearly swallowed me. I paid for a single room with the little savings I had, expecting that my salary would start coming in regularly. But months went by with delays, excuses, and eventually nothing. My landlord gave me grace for a while, but patience doesn't last forever. So I was evicted quietly with no noise and nothing, just my bag, my dignity, and nowhere to go. I didn't tell anyone. I was too ashamed, and I didn't want to be seen as a failure, especially by people who thought I was doing well in Lagos. So I pretended. I went to work every day, dressed neatly, smiled, and even updated my WhatsApp status like I was okay. Nobody sus- Nobody suspected that at night. I was sleeping in church foyers, BRT terminals, and on some nights inside buses parked in garages. I became an expert at looking clean without having a home. I would bathe in public toilets, brush in restaurant restrooms, and freshen up in shopping mall bathrooms. I learned to eat once a day and drink plenty of water to feel full and guard my bag like it was my life because it actually was. The loneliness was the worstest part. Not just physical loneliness, but the emotional kind, the pain of knowing I had nowhere to turn to, and the fear that people would judge me if they knew that I was homeless. I remember crying silently many nights while pretending to be on a phone call just to avoid suspicion. It wasn't until a woman at work, my supervisor, noticed something was off. One day, she looked me in the eye and asked, where do you go at night? I couldn't lie anymore, so I broke down. The conversation changed everything. She connected me to a women's hostel that charged a small weekly fee. That small room with a shared mattress felt like heaven. It was the first time in months I could sleep without clutching my bag in fear. Now, I'm gradually rebuilding my life. I have changed jobs, started saving better, and I no longer hide my story. Because the truth is, so many people are suffering silently in cities like Lagos, smiling during the day and sleeping on streets at night. If you're one of them, please don't let shame isolate you. Speak up, ask for help. You deserve safety, not secrecy. And if you're reading this from a place of comfort, check on your friends. Poverty and homelessness aren't always obvious. Sometimes they wear perfumes, carry laptops, and show up to work like everything's fine. Share in the comment section if you have been in this type of situation. All right. So, what? How do we feel about this story? I mean, it's obviously a very, very sad one. Like, I was just a surge of emotions while reading the story. So, Miss Anita, you like tell us what you feel, how you feel about the general outlook of the story. What do you think?
Okay, first of all, I'm going to appreciate the fact that this lady was strong enough to share her story. You know, I like the fact she held her head up high even while she was going through this whole thing. I'm pretty sure it must have been like an experience for her. Sorry, I'm really sure it must have been like an experience for her. And the bad thing is that a lot of people are actually living this kind of life. Like as we speak now, there are people that are in this kind
Yes,
of situation. And then, they are trying to say, what will people say if I do this? Oh, and that is what actually, causes most of the pain we go through these days. Like we are always quick to think about what people will say, even when we are slowly losing it inside. And the one thing you can do is no matter what you're going through, even if it's one person you have in your life that you can share that with, is going to
exactly.
relieve every burden you have inside. But now, in the case of this lady, she didn't have anybody. She was actually lonely. If not for the fact that somebody noticed, which I'm pretty sure that woman was God sent, like, you know, somebody noticed and was able to ask her. That was when she opened up. Maybe if she had opened up earlier to somebody, I'm sure maybe she would have gotten help. But from the story, she was saying how she had to, hold her bag at night because of unforeseen circumstances and all of
Exactly.
that. So all those things are just things that people go through, but they are not able to share. So
Yes.
both for us, for we that are listening to this story, I would also like try to like advise us to be more human. Get because it's just the fact that people have actually seen the way people live these days. Everybody is quick to say, everybody's quick to judge, everybody's
Exactly.
quick to their opinion, even when it doesn't matter, into situations that
Mm,
are quite sensitive. You understand? So
yes.
please, I think we humans should be actually kind enough just to make the world a better place so that people are not scared to share their story. People are not scared to speak up when they are going through a lot. Because actually, a lot of people are going through things.
I love
So please,
it.
let's be all human. Try to be positive always, just to make the space, very conducive for everyone. Because if people were like, even online, if people were like more welcoming with their words and all of that, I'm sure that anytime somebody is going through something, they'll be quick to share it just to relieve themselves
Yes.
that burden. So for this lady, I just want to say well done. If you're listening to us today, I want to just tell you well done for trying to stay strong even when you had to go through the most. Well done for staying strong. I'm actually happy that God sent a help to you. You understand? Because if not for that woman asking, I'm not sure she would have said anything even up until this moment.
Exactly.
So God sent help to her, and I'm happy that the whole thing was actually ended in praise. So I'm glad.
All right. Thank you very much, Miss Anita. Miss Precious, like you can go ahead. What do you think about the general outlook of the story, and what do you have to say about to this person in particular, if she's listening right now?
Okay, can you hear me? Right. So,
Yes, loud and
while
clear.
listening to this story, I almost cried seriously because this is relatable. Many people do go through a lot of things, but they keep it inside themselves because um they they think that when they say it out, they will be judged wrongly.
Yes.
You understand? So sometimes those strongest people, you see someone comes outside, making mouth,
Exactly.
judging people
Mm-hmm.
themselves, but inside them, they know they are not really perfect. They know they are going through one thing or the other. So I appreciate this lady. I appreciate her for being strong, you know, for 6 months. It's not easy.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
not easy. So my advice to everyone listening is that we all should be women, because some look okay outside, but inside them, you understand,
Mm,
they have this code flaw. They have these challenges they are facing.
exactly.
But generally, when we are kind to everyone we meet, you might not know the kind of person you meet. So it's just better to be, generally kind to everyone.
Yes,
That's just the
definitely.
thing. So that's the advice I have for everybody. And to that lady, as in kudos, you are doing
Kudos.
well, you do well. And then again, the woman that helped her out is one of a kind. There are many of them like now, but actually
Mm,
there are few. There are many and there are few.
you.
Yeah, because when it comes to giving someone, like favoring someone, sometimes they might want to get something in return. But this woman just did it
Exactly.
for her. Do you understand? So I really
Mhm.
appreciate the woman, and I just say God bless you for doing this for this lady. So that's all I have to
Honestly.
say.
All right, I think we have some comments here. Jennifer is saying Lagos is filled with homeless people. Everyone in Lagos is actually homeless. Well, yes, it's quite true because a lot of people tell me that, oh, the standard of living in Lagos, like, it's very high,
Lagos,
something that you
something
would
else.
get in another city for like half the price. In Lagos is going to be like triple or quadruple the price. So yes, it's understandable why some people are like maybe homeless probably.
I'm
But then
purchasing.
at the same time, I I believe that maybe the reason why they usually go for Lagos is because there's just a lot of opportunity that comes with
Thank you.
staying in a place like that.
Exactly.
There are a lot of opportunities. Like the lady said in her story, like it was even an opportunity that took her there.
Yeah.
So it's valid. She didn't just go there without any plan. So it's valid, quite all right. But then I just guess that maybe it's because of the standard of living there, and everything might just be so expensive and things like that. So that's probably why a lot of people like this end up in situations like being homeless. And yeah. So we have another comment by Mr. Zonta. She says that sometimes it's good to speak up. It's good to speak up. Oh, let them judge.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. They should judge. Say whatever they want to say, but then at the end of the day, there's always one good person that not everyone is the same. There's always
Yeah.
one good person that out there that would willingly help you without needing anything in return. So to be
I
honest,
want to
it's
say
just
something.
all right.
Sometimes why people don't really speak up is because of maybe peer pressure and all that.
Yeah.
Thinking,
Yes,
what would this
yes.
my friend say?
Mm,
You
mm,
have
Everybody package
cheated
what
yourself.
you want.
You understand? They
yeah.
are doing, all that. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's the reason she didn't really speak up at first. But it's
Just
very
like
bad.
there was
It's
something
bad
she
character. I think when you are passing through something, the best thing to do is to speak up, whatever people will say,
Exactly.
because there is
Mm-hmm.
always a good person amongst everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yes, it's good to
There was
speak up. So,
something this lady said, Miss Isa, Miss Precious.
Mm,
She said,
okay.
she was, even while she was going through all of that, she was
mm,
posting on WhatsApp like she was fine. Now, do you know
Eh,
the problem?
you
Like,
see,
mm,
packaging, too
yes.
much packaging can actually be
Mm-hmm.
it's not
In
yes. That's where I'm
my
coming from because
the package for too
even
long. You know,
even
certain
someone that
things
wants to help yourself
you
will say, ah, this person is better
exactly
than me.
you
Do you
that
understand?
you get. So too much
You that
packaging
you are
also can
changing your hair,
cause
you are
problem.
doing this, you are doing that. So
mm,
they won't really say that you are suffering or you are even passing
Yeah,
through a time. You understand? So it's
exactly.
just good to speak up.
Mm-hmm.
Just
too
good to
much
speak
And
up.
Miss
packaging can
Grace
be a
T is
problem
saying
also.
exactly. Miss Grace T is saying once you enter Lagos, you are no longer
And all
normal.
that-
Jesus, that's the state. Among the
why do
whole
you say that?
states in Nigeria, that's one of the states I'm scared of going. Especially when you're
Mm-hmm.
like, when you lived for so long in a city like Abuja, like you will
Yeah,
be
Exactly.
yeah.
very, because I used to hear about the traffic they have, the fact that when you
Mm,
go inside, there are a lot of agberos and all of that. So I don't know. I hope to visit
exactly.
there one day,
Hmm.
Sha, but I'm going, like people have been telling me, when you're going, shine your eyes. So I think when I'm about going to Lagos, I'll have to shine my eyes down.
Very well.
Definitely.
Lagos, oh God.
No normal. Wow.
All right. Um, I think that's for this story. We are going to move on to the second story for today.
Okay.
So the caption is, this caption is a bit ambiguous, but we'll get to know what the story says. It says two husbands, one secret, and how I was finally caught. Now, this is a lady who shared this story. So, the story is, please keep me anonymous. I have been really devastated about this. I know it is not a bad thing because my culture and tradition actually permits it.
Okay.
So, I am a lady from north central part of Nigeria, and I was a very spontaneous waitress in a local buka restaurant. I was really famous for my looks, and everyone loved to be served by me. And interestingly, I met all my suitors in my place of work, that is the buka restaurant. This is because I made sure that I looked my absolute best. If I was going to work, I would make my hair, make my nails, buy new dresses, and ultimately just look very beautiful. So, as time went on, my suitors drastically reduced because, I was aging, and I was left with just two men who loved and appreciated me. I loved both of them as well so much that I knew I would never be able to choose. Also, in my tribe, I actually knew women who got married to two men at the same time. But even though it was not, but even though I thought it was not very normal, it was the only option I think I had to stay with these two men. So months later, one suitor proposed to me and I immediately accepted. But I continued to secretly see the other man. And eventually, months after, he also proposed and I accepted. But during the course of our marriage, that was when all hell broke loose. One way or the other, my current husband found out that I accepted another man's proposal. At first, he acted like he did not know, but later broke the news to me. I was so scared that I was going to be punished by both of them for doing what I did. It was a very scary moment in my life, but I thought I would really get away with it. Unfortunately, that was not the case. I got caught, and in essence, I will never ever try something stupid like that ever again in my life. I can't possibly imagine what I was thinking at that time. So That's the story. Okay, so please leave your advice for me in the comment section. Mm,
First of all, there's not going to
okay,
be next time. So don't
exactly.
bother.
Because I don't even know how to comprehend this one. Because I don't understand.
So after
Married
You
to
accepted to propose her at once. What do you think? That
exactly,
you won't be caught?
like
exactly. Ha. Like I don't even know how to comprehend it because I'm trying to think of what culture and tradition actually accepts.
mhm.
Having I know about a tribe in South Africa probably,
Okay.
and well, I'm not really sure about a tribe in Nigeria. But
Now she
either
didn't
ways,
mention particular tribe, right? She did not
yes,
mention.
she didn't really mention it. But like a normal person, like as a normal person, how would you think of getting away with something like that? It's not even possible because it's not like you're going to share yourself into two.
I need to place my mic so that I will speak very well.
Honestly, I
First
don't
of
know,
all,
Miss
like I said
Precious, please,
earlier.
what do you have to say about this?
Okay.
Ha. Okay, I
Hmm.
think
That lady thought she was bold, but that's betrayal. That's a total
exactly.
betrayal. My end.
Mhm.
Because as in she played with two minds, two hearts. Is it a toy?
Exactly.
Is those hearts a toy? Can you imagine? Ha. And seriously,
Honestly,
no matter where you hide a lie, right? The truth will surely show one day. As in one
exactly.
particular day, the truth will show. Especially this big lie. This is a very big fat lie. It's a very
It
fat
doesn't
lie.
even make sense.
I don't
It
blame
doesn't make
whatever
sense.
that comes. Anything that comes her way, is her. She really merits
It
it.
doesn't make sense. Hmm.
Yes.
How about you, Miss Anita?
Okay. You know one thing, I like to like be balanced in life. Hmm? I like to
Mm.
judge things from both ends.
Ha.
So now, this lady said from the beginning that this is accepted in her tribe, like is something
Okay.
that is being accepted, right?
Yes.
So my only problem with her is that if this kind of thing is accepted in your tribe, why didn't you
Mm.
communicate it to both men before
Thank
going into this thing? If you had earlier told them that, okay, babe, this is what is acceptable in my tribe. I don't know if you're going to, like something like this because it's my
you.
tribe and I would like to, explore that kind of thing later
Yes.
on. So if I see somebody I like at the long run, I'll also, because there is a tribe where men get married to two wives or more than 27.
Mm,
You understand? So if men can be like that and maybe her own tribe, this is acceptable, then why can't she like communicate that to this man, to these two
exactly.
men? You know,
Men.
telling them, oh babe, this is something that is acceptable in my tribe. Oh. So in case I might meet somebody I like later on and I will
Mm,
also want to get married to that person. So now if this man tells you, yes, you can go ahead with this tribe or this tradition of yours, then fine, you know
mm,
that you're not even going to have to be hiding, keeping a
exactly.
secret and all of that. But for you not to tell them and you went ahead to play with both minds, my sister, anything you see, just take it. Because
Exactly.
even the man was even being lenient with her, and he
Mm-hmm.
even had to like tell her. Imagine him keeping it just the way she
Exactly.
kept her own secret away from her. Imagine him keeping it and
Exactly.
just trying to do
That's the
something
point.
nasty to her.
That is the point.
Like, do you
Doesn't really
understand?
make
So this thing, I feel like one big issue that we usually have as humans is
mm,
communication. We actually don't know how to communicate, and that's
mm,
that is a big problem. The moment you know how to
honestly.
communicate your feelings or whatever, to people,
Mhm.
I believe you will sort 99% of your problems in
Exactly.
life. So if she had communicated this thing, there will be no problem and she will not have to be hiding, like she's playing hide and seek. When we are doing hide and seek in primary school, can you speak me? No, I cannot speak. Come out. No.
Honestly.
That be honest from the start. That's the
Honestly,
problem.
they'll
Exactly.
just be honest to
Exactly.
save herself the stress. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
people like being stressed. That's why they keep secret.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't know how to come and be hiding. Oh, I have this in my cupboard. Let me know. So I will not just say it the way it is from the beginning,
Exactly.
so
Whatever
that
will
you
happen.
know you're going to be there.
And
You're
probably
not
by
going to
now
be
she
there.
would have still be single, though, because no
Mm-hmm.
man
Yes.
will
Uh-uh.
accept.
And
No
now,
man will
after all the
accept.
whole thing, she's now saying next time in case when would
Mm-hmm.
we ever have a next time for this kind of thing?
Honestly.
So
Probably
And
by now she will be single,
there's
very very
something that
single,
she
and
said.
chatting.
There's something that she said in this story. She said her suitors were drastically reducing. So that's probably why
Mm-hmm.
she panicked and
what
accepted what
girl?
the first
Me
proposal.
too.
She accepted the first proposal, and I'm guessing that maybe she knew that the other person would not agree, or they might
Yeah.
probably she would end up losing both of them. That's why she decided to do something like that. But
Yeah.
it's never even, like, it's not even an option. It's not going to work. It is
Mhm.
not possible. So I don't even understand how you thought. I feel like she would have even just calm down and just waited for, like, just maintain one marriage. No
Mhm.
matter what you try to do, there is no way that you would have been able to handle that kind of situation. Like, which house, where would you live to begin with? Whose house are you going to live in? Who are you
She's
going
doing
to be?
hot girl summer.
She wants
Hot.
to explore. She wants to explore.
Exactly.
Explore
I
with
know.
two hearts.
It's actually a sweet feeling when you're being chased, Miss Sisa. It's actually
Yeah,
a sweet
yeah, it
feeling.
is.
Like as a girl, if
Mhm.
you're having different guys coming around, you'll be feeling.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So
We're not
on
going into
top,
marriage,
not
Anita.
being on top of the
Into
world.
marriage. Marriage has
You
a
want
lot
her
of
to.
responsibilities,
Mm-hmm.
They have
But not when
to.
you're married, though. Hmm.
No, no, that one is
Even
out of.
hmm. So I have a comment
You
here
have a
from
comment?
somebody. Yes,
Okay.
Miss Jennifer is saying her tribe accepts it. So so leave her.
No, we are not
Honest.
holding her. We are
You
just
should
that's
have.
what I said from being that I was trying to judge both sides.
Mm,
This is a tradition, so we are not blaming her for it. The only
mm-hmm.
thing we are saying is that she would have
Should
communicated it
have
to the men.
communicated.
Do you
Yes.
understand?
Mm-hmm.
So they know.
Sometimes
They
things
know.
is a
She's a coach, girl.
I'm telling you, she really wants to explore, and she got it.
There's
honestly.
Just what
something
she
on
wanted.
online where they used to say men in women's field.
Yes.
Sorry, women in men's field.
Men
So I think
dominated.
she's
Men,
the women in men's field.
woman.
Yeah.
She's a woman, but she's trying to play like a man, and
They dominate.
where it got her now.
Exactly. Honestly. Um, I think we're going to move on to the next story that we have today.
Okay.
So the caption of the story is, "He married me because of pressure and then secretly started another life." Now,
Hmm.
this is also a woman that shared this story. So the story goes, um, please, I would love to remain anonymous. I am a woman who is in her middle 30s at the time I met my husband. I am older than him with some few years, and I met this young guy, which was my boyfriend then, but is now my husband. I had just moved to Abuja at the time, and I settled in a rural area in Abuja. At that time, I had a little boutique, and my husband would always come to shop to buy something. Now, fast forward to months later, we became close friends, and I usually went to visit him at his house. And then one day, he asked me to be his girlfriend, and I agreed. Few years down the line, one thing led to another, and I fell pregnant.
Hmm.
His family insisted that he married me traditionally because I was already pregnant. But my husband wasn't ready to settle down at the time because he was way younger than I am.
Hmm.
After the back and forth between his family and mine, his eldest brother, who was like the father of the family, insisted that the marriage was going to hold. One on the day of the marriage, my husband didn't show up at all, but his eldest brother represented him at the marriage, and that was how I got married to my husband traditionally. That was one of the red flags I ignored just because I was desperate to settle down because of my age. Few years later, when we started living as husband and wife, I tried getting my husband to get me pregnant again for our second baby, but all efforts were in vain. Mind you, my husband is a chronic cheat, and I knew this before the marriage, but because I felt like time wasn't on my side, I had to hold him down with that pregnancy. Years passed and kept passing by, and I became worried as I wasn't getting any younger and I needed to have all my kids before I turned 40. So I knew I needed to act really fast. I started praying, going to churches to going from churches to churches, asking for God's intervention. And with time, my husband, who barely sleeps at home, now started sleeping at home. And somehow I got pregnant again. But something happened. On the ninth month, when it was close to my delivery date, the news came that my husband had a son with a lady already whom he had secretly went to see her family and paid her bride price. I was devastated when I heard the news, but I decided to be strong. I didn't want to lose my pregnancy. I tried to stay close to my family as a source of strength, just so that I don't overthink until I put to bed. After I delivered my baby, I decided to dig deep to be sure it wasn't just a cooked up story. I summoned courage and confronted my husband, and to my greatest surprise, it was real as my husband confirmed it. I am so broken right now. I am so angry at my husband, but I don't know what to do. Please, what do you think I should do in this kind of situation? I will be in the comments. Ah, okay. Hmm. So, all right, I don't know. Miss Precious, shoot. You can you can go ahead.
Seriously? Like you saw the red flags and you ignored the red flag. Is it I think someone sang that song. Is it Ruga? You saw the red flag,
Okay.
baby, you ignored the red flag, something like
You
that.
know the
As
Yeah.
in,
exactly.
Hmm. No, no,
can
no,
you hear
no.
me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. Very audible.
Yeah. So I know I've heard that in a song. Anything about red flag, right? Red flag is not any nobody is perfect, but red flag is
Exactly.
something you know you can't adjust with.
Mhm.
Yes, so you saw that he was a chronic cheat when you guys were dating, and
Yeah.
he kept lying, he kept disrespecting
Mhm.
you and showing you over and over again that he has no plans for you or to marry you. Then
Mm.
at the end of the day, you use pregnancy to shoot him down. Then you want in the marriage that he should change. It's not possible. Someone's
Exactly.
attitude is someone's attitude. So,
Mhm.
my dear, okay, I'll also blame the guy, right? He's a disgrace for leading two women on. You have someone, you have married
Mhm.
someone already, and at the end, you beside, like at the back, you went to marry another person. It's very, very
Banging.
bad. You should
Like
also like
honestly.
you should have taken responsibility. Okay,
Mhm.
this woman
Mhm.
have given me two children. Okay, she's pregnant already, right? Okay, she's pregnant
Exactly.
for a second
Yes.
person. So yeah, you would have just said, "See, this lady has, given me a child and is pregnant for another one. Why don't I
Mhm.
become responsible? Why don't I take this leverage to become responsible
Mhm.
for once?" But he went ahead to, start cheating and all that. So the blame is on both the lady and both the
Honestly.
man.
Mhm.
So
To be
probably,
honest.
if the lady is in the comment section, my advice to you is that you should stop waiting for broken people to become whole again at your own
Exactly.
expense. It's not possible.
Exactly.
Just move ahead. What
Mhm.
have been done have been done. Because the
Exactly.
man was not really into you. You
Mhm.
pushed him. marrying you because you are pregnant. So that's my advice.
Honestly.
I will
All
always
right.
be.
All right, Miss Anita, you can go ahead.
Before I, dive deep into it, first of all, two people, if you know that you're not ready to take responsibility of a child you bring in this world, then both of you should
Exactly.
close your leg. Okay, your leg, because first of all, okay, let me start properly now. This lady, you're actually wrong. Like Miss Precious said, it wasn't even a red flag, it was a billboard in front of you. So what were you trying to change? You saw that somebody was a cheat, you know, this guy wasn't respecting you. He even went to the extent of saying he wasn't going to get married to you. Or, I
Mm-hmm.
think there was
Mm-hmm.
a part where she said his
Yeah,
other
he
brother
said it.
came for the marriage, right?
Yes, he did not show
Hmm.
up for their wedding.
That was the
Can you
even if
imagine?
you're not the other red flag, that was
Hmm.
the main thing you needed to know, that this marriage is
Exactly.
going to need to tie my wrapper very well. If not, I will not be. Honestly speaking, seriously, this lady was supposed to know that all these things were going to count. But I'm pretty
Exactly.
sure that she also said she was not she was running out of time. This is a mentality women need to take out of their head.
Mm.
It can never help you, like you saying, oh, you're running out of time. I know it's our
And then
culture
you enter
like,
do.
do you get? I know it's our
Exactly.
culture in Nigeria for a lady to get married at some, when you're in a certain age.
Mm.
It's expected that, okay, by this age, or you should be married as a lady. It's a Nigerian culture, right?
Mm.
But it doesn't mean you have to give up your happiness because you want to please the society. No.
Exactly.
Personally, I will not do that. If I don't get the right man that, okay, I see that we both have love for each other and we are going to take care of each other in the long run, I will not step into any marriage to please anybody.
I'm telling you.
First child. But I'm going to tell
Mm.
my friends, mommy, daddy, if you know, because I can't be in a marriage and be suffering. Oh,
Mhm.
I'll not be
Exactly.
showing the ring. I'm married, guys, and it's crying.
You're
You'll be
so
the
pretty.
one there, not your
And it's
parents.
like I'm crying. I will never do that to please anybody. No, no. So please, as ladies, try to take out this mentality that
Mhm.
you need a man to be complete. If your husband is a crown over your head and all of that, but it
Mm.
shouldn't cost your happiness. Anything that costs your happiness
Exactly.
has to go. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what it is, whatever costs your happiness has to go. So first of all, you made the mistake of ignoring those red flags. She made that mistake of ignoring those red flags. But now that you've seen that this man is not interested in you and he's not going to give you peace even in the long run, please, my lady, just carry your bag. If you need peace, carry your bag. And or if you can still stay, fine. If you can stay, just know that you're staying to accept whatever he's bringing to you.
Yes.
Because somebody that can bring a second wife can also bring a third wife. Do you understand?
Exactly.
He can
And
also
Definitely.
go and
even tenth
pregnant
one.
somebody else and say, oh, you know, you need to be, they say three is a crowd. So he will say he doesn't need a crowd.
Yes.
Anita,
I'm sorry I'm making this thing look
you're
funny. It's
right.
not funny.
Yeah.
It's actually a serious topic. But then
Mm-hmm.
if somebody can do one, he can do two. They used to say something, don't let something, but I don't say the word, but don't let something bite you twice, like, because that thing will only go and shed out his skin, but it will still
Mm-hmm.
come back and do you worse. So this man
Mm-hmm.
can bring in third wife, he can bring in a first wife because he saw that you accepted the first one. So if
Exactly. Exactly.
you're not ready for that kind of long term trauma, then just carry your bag and go. Hmm?
Exactly. And I also feel like, if whenever getting into a relationship, whether marriage or, boyfriend and girlfriend or anything like that, and you have that mentality that, oh, the main focus is I'm running out of time. That's why I want to do it. You tolerate a lot of rubbish, to be
Huh,
honest. You're going to
honestly.
tolerate a lot if you feel like, oh, time is running. You're
Mhm,
like, there are certain things that, your other partner, whether now I'm talking about whether male or female in this case,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of things that you're going to chest. You're going to
mhm.
like tolerate a lot of rubbish. So that kind of
Especially
situation.
when the partner knows. You understand?
Exactly.
Yeah, that is your main thing.
Thank
And you
you.
know,
Mm-hmm.
again, some women actually take marriage as a poverty elimination. So they
Elevation.
also, I'm sorry, they also want to,
Exactly.
sorry, they take marriage as a poverty elimination. So they will also
Mm-hmm.
want to rush into it. I don't want to work. I want my husband to be working and be
Mm-hmm.
giving me
Mm-hmm.
all these things. This man will know all these things and he will show you.
Exactly. And like there was something Miss Precious said in the previous story, that
Hmm.
she said something about peer pressure. That
Yeah.
thing, peer pressure does a
Hot
lot.
stuff deep.
You
A
might
lot of
see it. Oh, my friends are doing it. I need to get married. That thing puts you in a lot of horrible situations most of the
Yeah.
time. Peer pressure is a really
that's
horrible thing,
true.
to be honest. So I think we have some comments here. Mrs. Jennifer is saying red flags can become green. Ah, no.
This lady is
No,
very
I
funny.
don't. Maybe it might become purple, but green, not so sure. I am not so sure.
This one is not
And
traffic lights. It's not moving.
Miss Azomta is saying you go love person finish, you go get red flag. Well, I might ignore the red flag. Eh?
No,
Don't do.
No,
my eyes are
Don't
usually open for and it's not just
exactly.
anything red.
you can also be a red flag yourself. So I think
Mm-hmm,
cheating is
Sure.
mm-hmm.
also while you're checking out for the red flag in other people, also check out for
Exactly.
yourself.
Acknowledge it
You
within
There's
understand?
something
yourself.
I
You
said,
can
right?
also be the red
Red
flag.
flags. Red flags are
Mm.
not really like bad attitude. Nobody is
Yes.
perfect.
Yes.
Someone can have a
Yes.
bad attitude. But
So
red flag is
true.
something that reoccurs, like what you
Yeah.
do
Mm-hmm.
every time. And you know you
Mhm.
can't
Yes.
accommodate. The best thing is not to
Yeah.
go into it. You understand?
Yes.
Nobody is perfect.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Human beings. There is, there are certain things that we definitely can classify them as red flags. They don't fall under that because we
Mm.
are perfect. There are
Yeah.
certainly mistakes, so here and there and stuff like that. But something that even being with somebody that has a problem and does not even acknowledge that he has a problem, that
That's it.
it is
Acknowledge.
horrible. It is bad. So, to be honest, no, please don't
Like if
ignore
somebody
any.
is acknowledging somebody does something and they are able to be
Say
accountable for it and
yes.
say, yeah, I did this
Exactly.
thing, I'm sorry. Fine,
Mm-hmm.
But not
Mm-hmm.
somebody that is doing something and is standing on it and saying, oh, I
Yeah.
don't have
Exactly.
to this
Exactly.
thing I did is
Mhm.
right. You don't have to feel bad. No. They're actually invalidating your feelings.
In
Exactly.
That
fact,
is
even
that.
if I leave you, you are more than you are 30 years and above. You can't do anything. Bringing
Yeah,
up all those.
exactly.
No, 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 no.
Seriously.
Honestly.
This is taking
So,
a lot though. Just fixing her, sha.
to be honest, so I think a little advice that I would give to this woman is you put yourself in this kind of situation, but okay, let's just assume that you were probably panicking. You panicked into the whole situation because mistakes happen. But then at the same time, there are certain things that if you keep on doing or if you keep on being in that kind of situation, it is going to ruin you. It's going to land you in places that you don't want to be in. Take, for example, a hospital. You were in labor and this person did not even have the, oh, sorry. Um, I don't know. Am I audible, please? Sorry.
Yeah, you are. You're very
Okay.
Yeah.
So, there are certain situations that if you still keep yourself in them, it's going to ruin you and land you in the hospital. You could imagine that she was in labor and this man did not even think of coming to see if, oh, are you going to
right.
make it alive or not? Because we had this child together.
Yeah.
So, to be honest, from my own point of view, I feel like you should just rest your case and just say, oh, I bid you adieu and thank you for the time we spent together. But I don't think this is going to work for us. If he's willing to
Especially
change,
the
fine.
fact that she now has the child because she was saying she was
Exactly.
running out of time and all. Now you have
Mm-hmm,
your baby, so you
mm-hmm,
can go along with it. You understand? And
exactly.
you
To
now
be
have what you
honest,
want, so you don't have to really bother anymore.
yeah. So, in essence, don't ever be in a situation that it's tampering with your mental health. you know it's ruining you, and you're still sitting in that situation. It is like it will just take a little time for you to it's going to break you.
Mhm.
And so that's basically what I have to say in this context. I don't think we have any other comments from anyone. So I think that brings us to the end of our show for today. All right. Thank you so much, everyone that has been on, our YouTube live. It has been a thrilling experience. It has been so interesting, and thank you very much for staying from the beginning to the end. We had so much fun, and thank you so much to my beautiful co-hosts, Mrs. Precious and Miss Anita. Thank you so much for being here with us today. You were here last week. You are here today. I really appreciate it. So
You're
thank you
welcome.
so
You're welcome,
once
Lisa.
again.
You're
This is
welcome.
the KNTV show, a platform where we share true life experiences of individuals just like you and I. I will catch you again next week, same time. So stay tuned on KNTV, and we will also be having another live on TikTok. Be sure to join us there as well. Thank you very much, guys, and I will see you next week. I remain your host, Isa Amamata, and have a nice weekend. Bye.